Mock test number 3. 841. In which of the following situations the need for creation of goodwill arises? A. Admission of new partner. B. Retirement of old partner. C. Sale of business. D. All the above. Answer is D. All the above. 842. When the new partner brings goodwill in cash, which is retained in the business, which of the following journal entry is not made? A. Debit old partner capital account, credit bank account. B. Debit cash or bank account, credit goodwill account. C. Debit goodwill account, credit old partner's capital account. D. None of the above. Answer is A. Debit old partner capital account, credit bank account. 843. Firm A has three partners A, B and C with a sharing ratio of 4:3:2. Partner C wants to retire. What will be the new sharing ratio of partners A and B? A. 5:4. B. 4:3. C. 3:2. D. Insufficient information for calculation. Answer is B. 4:3. Explanation. When the share of outgoing partner is not distributed separately amongst the remaining partners, there is no change in the existing sharing ratio of remaining partners. 844. On admission of a new partner, the revaluation of assets is taken up. The increase or decrease in their value is adjusted through an account called A. Adjustment account. B. Profit and loss account. C. Revaluation account. D. None of the above. Answer is C. Revaluation account. 845. Which of the following is not the correct classification of receipts and expenses? A. Legal expenses incurred on public issue, revenue expenditure. B. Purchase of machinery, capital expenditure. C. Payment of wages, revenue expenditure. D. Expenditure on removing the old building for constructing the new building on that place, capital expenditure. Answer is A. Legal expenses incurred on public issue, revenue expenditure. 846. To transfer to opening stock to the trading account, what journal entry shall be required? A. Debit stock account and credit trading account. B. Debit trading account and credit opening stock account. C. Debit the trading account and credit the stock account. D. No adjustment shall be required as the opening stock is automatically taken as part of the trading account. Answer is B. Debit the trading account and credit the opening stock account. 847. Firm A got its fixed asset insured on January 1st, 2009 for 1 year by paying insurance premium of Rs 24,000. It closed its financial year as on 31st March 2009. What adjustment entry is required to be passed? A. Debit the prepaid expenses account and credit the insurance expenses account for Rs 24,000. B. Debit the insurance expenses account and credit the prepaid expenses account for Rs 18,000. C. Debit the insurance expenses account and credit the prepaid expenses account for Rs 24,000. And D. Debit the prepaid expenses account and credit the insurance expenses account for Rs 18,000. Answer is D. Debit the prepaid expenses account and credit the insurance expenses account for Rs 18,000. Explanation. Insurance for 3 months, Rs 6,000 will be used up to 31/3/2009. The balance amount of Rs 18,000 will be used up for 9 months in the coming year. Hence, by debiting the prepaid expenses for Rs 18,000, the insurance expenses account shall be credited. 848. When a firm changes the method of charging depreciation from written down value to straight line method or vice versa, which of the following accounting conventions is violated? A. Realization. B. Consistency. C. Materiality. D. Conservatism. Answer is B. Consistency. 849. The balance as per cash book of the firm is rupees 40,000 overdraft. It is observed that the firm had issued two checks of rupees 3,000 each and only one of these has been encashed. The bank also credited rupees 1,000 as dividend received through ECS credit. The balance as per passbook should be A. 36,000, B. 38,000, C. 42,000, D. 44,000. Answer is A. 36,000. Explanation. When balance is overdraft in cash book, the amount of check issued and not paid by the bank and the amount directly credited by the bank is deducted from the opening balance. Hence 40,000 minus 3,000 minus 1,000 is equal to 36,000. 850. The debit side of trial balance of the firm shows a balance of rupees 1,85,500. The amount of depreciation amounting to rupees 2,500 has not been provided in the books. The debit balance in the trial balance should be if the amount is provided: A. 1,83,000, B. 1,85,500, C. 1,88,000, D. 1,90,500. Answer is B. 1,85,500. Explanation. When the depreciation will be provided, the debit balance in depreciation account will increase and the debit balance in fixed asset account will decline. The net change will be zero. Hence, there will be no change in the debit total of the trial balance. 851. A firm had purchased machinery of rupees 2 lakh with expected life of 6 years. The scrap value is rupees 20,000. The machinery is sold at the end of the 4th year for rupees 85,000. What is the profit or loss on sale of machinery? A. Rupees 15,000 profit, B. Rupees 5,000 profit, C. Rupees 10,000 loss, D. Rupees 15,000 loss. Answer is B. Rupees 5,000 profit. Explanation. The book value of machinery at the end of the 4th year shall be rupees 80,000, that is 2 lakh minus depreciation at 30,000 into 4 years. When it is sold for rupees 85,000, the firm shall make profit of rupees 5,000. 852. A firm has total book debts of rupees 2 lakh. It has to keep provision of 3% on these book debts which it already has. It writes off a debtor of rupees 4,000. What will be amount of additional provision to be provided after the write-off to maintain 3% balance in the provision account? A. 4,680, B. 4,280, C. 4,000, D. 3,880. Answer is D. 3,880. Explanation. Amount of provision is rupees 6,000, that is 2 lakhs into 3%. It uses rupees 4,000 out of this and left with a provision of rupees 2,000 only. The balance amount of debtors after write-off shall be 1,96,000, 2 lakh minus 4,000, on which provision at 3% shall be rupees 5,880. Hence, the additional provision shall be rupees 3,380, that is 5,880 minus 2,000. Question 853. Wages paid for installation of machinery rupees 300 have been paid to the debit of wages account. What type of error has taken place and what journal entry will be passed to remove the error? A. Error of commission. Debit machinery account and credit wages account. B. Compensating error. Debit machinery account and credit wages account. C. Error of principal. Debit machinery account and credit wages account. D. Clerical error. Debit wages account and credit machinery account. Answer is C. Error of principal, debit machinery account and credit wages account. 854. Which of the following classification of capital and revenue expenditure is not correct? A. Purchase of machinery, capital expenditure. B. Freight paid on bringing the machine for installation, revenue expenditure. C. Expenses relating to removal of stocks from old site to new site, revenue expenditure. D. Payment of labor welfare expenses, revenue expenditure. Answer is B. Freight paid on bringing the machine for installation, revenue expenditure. 855. The preference shares, the amount of which is returned by the company as per prefixed terms, are called A. Cumulative preference shares. B. Redeemable preference shares. C. Participating preference shares. D. Repayable preference shares. Answer is B. Redeemable preference shares. 856. The amount of share capital that is offered to the prospective shareholders for subscription is called A. Authorized capital. B. Issued capital. C. Subscribed capital. D. Called up capital. Answer is B. Issued capital. 857. When the board of directors of a company accepts the applications for allotment, the following journal entry is passed. A. Debit bank account, credit share capital account. B. Debit bank account, credit share application account. C. Debit share capital account, credit share application account. D. Debit share application account, credit share capital account. Answer is D. Debit share application account, credit share capital account. 858. When the board of a company decided to call share allotment money, the following journal entry is passed before the money is actually demanded and received. A. Debit bank account, credit share capital account. B. Debit bank account, credit share allotment account. C. Debit share allotment account, credit share capital account. And D. Debit share allotment account, credit bank account. Answer is C. Debit share allotment account, credit share capital account. 859. When a company decides to call the first or second call amount, what journal entry is passed before the money is actually demanded and received? A. Debit share capital, credit first call or second call. B. Debit the first call or second call, credit share application account. C. Debit the first call or second call, credit the bank account. D. Debit the first call or second call, credit the share capital account. Answer is D. Debit the first call or second call, credit the share capital account. 860. When a call is received in advance and later on the amount of that call is made due by the company, what journal entry is passed in respect of that amount received in advance? A. Debit calls account, credit calls in advance account. B. Debit calls in advance account, credit calls account. C. Debit calls in advance account, credit calls account. D. Debit bank account, credit calls account. Answer is B. Debit calls in advance account, credit calls account. 861. When a premium is received by the company, it is credited to dash and shown on dash side of the balance sheet. A. Reserves and surplus account, liability. B. Capital account, liability. C. Bank account, asset. D. Provision account, liability. Answer is A. Reserves and surplus account, liability. 862. When the company decided to issue shares at a discount, these should be issued within dash months after permission from dash. A. 2 months and shareholders. B. 2 months and company law board. C. 2 months and registrar of companies. D. 1 month and shareholder resolution. Answer is B. 2 months and company law board. 863. The capitalization of profits can be made by a company through which of the following? Which is more appropriate answer? A. By making partly paid up shares fully paid up. B. By issuing new shares called bonus shares. C. By issuing shares at a discount. D. A and B both. Answer is D. A and B both. 864. If the forfeited shares are to be reissued at a discount, which of the following statement is correct? A. The discount can be maximum 10% of face value. B. The amount of reissued price cannot be lower than the amount in arrears. C. The amount of reissued price can be lower than the amount in arrears. D. The company cannot reissue shares at a discount as it is to the detriment of existing shareholders which have been allotted shares at par. Answer is B. The amount of reissued price cannot be lower than the amount in arrears. Question 865. If a company is to reissue partly paid share with face value of rupees 100, what journal entry of the following is not correct if the first and final call is rupees 30 per share and the discount is 10%? A. Debit share capital rupees 100. B. Credit first and final call rupees 30. C. Credit discount on issue of share account rupees 10. D. Credit forfeited shares account rupees 70. Answer is D. Credit forfeited shares account rupees 70. 866. The debit or credit in which of the following transactions is not correct in the context of joint ventures? A. For cash sales, joint venture account is credited. For cash sales, joint bank account is debited. C. For receipt of purchase consideration on completion of joint venture account is credited. And D. For receipt of purchase consideration in the form of shares of debenture on completion of joint ventures, shares or debenture account is debited. Answer is D. For receipt of purchase consideration in the form of shares of debentures on completion of joint ventures, shares or debenture account is debited. 867. Which of the following statement regarding receipt and payment and income and expenditure account is not correct in case of accounts of non-trading organizations? A. Receipt and payment account is a personal account. B. Income and expenditure account is a nominal account. C. Receipt and payment account include income, expenditure, capital receipts and payment. D. Receipt and payment account begins with opening balance and ends with closing balance. Answer is A. Receipt and payment account is a personal account. 868. In the context of payment of interest on the capital or loans of partners, which of the following is not correct? A. Interest on capital shall be paid if provided in the agreement. B. In the absence of any agreement, no interest shall be paid on capital. C. In the absence of any agreement, interest on the loan from partner shall be paid. D. If there is no profit, interest on loan or capital shall not be paid. Answer is D. If there is no profit, interest on loan or capital shall not be paid. With that, we come to the end of mock test number 3.